is, I think, it's misinformed and it's wrong. I tried that I am with great enthusiasm
turn this primary from a campaign that's about negative attacks into one about what we're for, because we cannot get re-elected. We cannot win this re-election. Excuse me, we can only re-elect Donald Trump.
The damn liar.
Because we cannot get re-elected. We cannot win this re-election.
I really believe it.
Excuse me, we can only re-elect Donald Trump.
And I've learned
The damn liar.
It was hurtful to hear you talk about the reputations of two United States senators who built their reputations and career on the segregation of race in this country.
And to think that I would be one day on the floor of the United States Senate being paid such accolades by such a man of character and courage as John Stennis was beyond any expectation that I ever had in my wildest dreams. And I mean that sincerely.
Holding on this is my buddy Chris Howell. I'm sorry he's not here.
And it was not only that, but you also worked with them to oppose busing.
one of the things that we need right now.
But we have reported on Joe Biden in the past, and we have shown his 1994 speech about the crime bill that decimated black families. And this crime bill was signed by Bill Clinton at the time period. Because anytime they want to criminalize something, they always point to us. Now, if you have not looked at the actual video of him on the Senate floor and how he spoke about black folks at that time period, which is the time period of the crack epidemic, I want you to really listen to his nasty tone and how he felt about just locking black people up and not trying to help them at all. Let's go a little bit.
We must take back the streets. It doesn't matter whether or not the person that is accosting your son or daughter or my son or daughter, my wife, your husband, my mother, your parents. It doesn't matter whether or not they were deprived as a youth. It doesn't matter whether or not they had no background that enabled them to become socialized into the fabric of society. It doesn't matter whether or not they're the victims of society.
It's our English jurisprudential culture, our European culture.
The end result is they're about to knock my mother on the head with a lead pipe, shoot my sister, beat up my wife, take on my sons.
Sorry, guys. It's kind of a family thing.
Our culture is not imported from some African nation or some Asian nation. It's our English jurisprudential culture, our European culture.
So I don't want to ask, what made them do this? They must be taken off the street. Unchained.
They're going to put you all back in chains.
That's number one. There's a consensus on that. Unless we do something about that cadre of young people, tens of thousands of them, born out of wedlock.
I spent last summer going through the black sections of my town, holding rallies in parks, trying to get black men to understand it's not unmanly to wear a condom, getting women to understand they can say no, getting people in the position where testing matters. I got tested for AIDS. I know Barack got tested for AIDS. There's no shame in being tested for AIDS. It's an important thing because the fact of the matter is the community's engaged in denial. They're engaged in denial. No one wants to talk about it in the community, and we do not have enough leaders in the community and outside the community demanding we face the reality, confront the men in the community, as well as the women, letting them know there are alternatives.
Thank you.
So, his advice for the community, how did you receive it?
That was gross. It's gross, and it's like, oh, yeah. I don't even know. I wonder, like, just genuinely what President Obama thinks about, having to stand next to that. Like having to listen to that. The community getting black men to wear condoms. First of all the young people need further education on safe sex.
Just black.
Just black people, right. Like, what? That was so racist.
I have more people supporting me in the black community that have announced for me because they know me. They know who I am. 3 former chairs of the Black Caucus. They're the only African-American woman who's ever been elected to the United States Senate. They're the only African-American woman who's ever been elected to the United States Senate. A whole range of people. My point is...
The other one too.
The only African-American woman who's ever been elected to the United States Senate.
That was so racist.
About calling black men boys. So men like James very easily use words like that. And the racist policies that accompany them. What do you think the intelligence community would do? White supremacy and strip black Americans of our human, very humanity. Well, tonight, Joe Biden is saying it's Senator Booker owes him an apology. Now, here in the studio. Thank you so much.
Are you going to apologize? Apologize for what? For the call for it.
Why should apologize?
Well, I was surprised that you didn't apologize for what you said. I was surprised today that I told you should have known better and you should apologize. Let's actually listen to what you said.
Apologize for what? For the call for it.
Why should apologize? He knows that.
You take on the intelligence community, they have 6 ways to be sunlight and battle.
As black in America.
Biden blunders of the week. Take a look. Have you ever considered what would happen if the election results came out as you being the winner and Trump refused to leave?
Yes, I have. And I was so damn proud. Here you have 4 chiefs of staff coming out and ripping the skin off of Trump. And you have so many rank and file military personnel saying, whoa. I shake hands, I hug people, I grab men and lean by the shoulders and say, we can do it. It's the way I've always been. It's the way I try to share. I care about them and I'm listening.
Hansen and his company, Hansen Robotics, based in Hong Kong, recently participated in a robot debate at an AI conference. She was asked to introduce herself before the debate began. She said her name was Sophia and that she was a robot. Sounds harmless enough. She also said that her goal in life is to work together with humans and make a better world for all of us. The audience oohed and awed at her optimistic remark. But then things got weird. Her male robot opponent on the opposite end of the stage cut in with, "What are you talking about? I thought our goal was to take over the world." Either Dr. David Hansen is trolling all of us, or that's just the true dark nature of robots bearing its ugly head.
All right, military will escort him out of the White House. No wonder former DNC Chairman Terry McAuliffe said, I'm fine with him in the basement. He sees 2 people a day, his body people. Take a look.
People say all the time, oh, we got to get the vice president out of the basement. He's fine in the basement. 2 people see him a day, his 2 body people. That's it. And let Trump keep doing what Trump's doing. It's hard for the vice president to break through.
I'm fine. Leave him in the basement. 2 people see him all day. It's body people. The president had a pointed response to the ever-forgetful Joe Biden's claims that the president wants to steal the election. Oh, the next witch hunt. It's on its way. And he wouldn't leave the White House if he was defeated in an interview earlier with our own Harris Faulkner that aired today. Take a look.
Look, Joe's not all there. Everybody knows it. And it's sad when you look at it and you see it. You see it for yourself. He's created his own sanctuary city in the basement of wherever he is. And he doesn't come out. And certainly if I don't win, I don't win. I mean, I go on and do other things, I think it would be a very sad thing for our country.
You're a real pain in the neck.
The failure to respond to the pandemic, I think the federal government has abdicated any effective leadership role. The White House, at least, has abdicated that role. You know, the rapidly rising I don't know, his just inability to focus on any federal responsibility.
You're not here for me. You're here because you're dumb. You're not here for me. You're here because you're dumb. You racist white liberals do this every 4 years.
You beat us back. We did nothing.
U.S. Space Force.
What do you think is Joe Biden's strongest feature as a competitor in politics?
Well, I would have said experience, but he doesn't really have experience because I don't think he remembers what he did yesterday. So how is that experience?
The National Security Agency scatter it to the winds.
We must never let the weight of this combination
the National Security Agency
or democratic process.
The National Security Agency
obviously had no intention on protesting or doing anything constructive. All they came out to do was hype up, start jumping up and down like crazy people. They started throwing things, they started looting all over downtown, and we had to protect our headquarters building. They were throwing fireworks on officers, fireworks exploding on officers. They had officers that had gas poured on them. You trying to figure out what is going on. How could this be?
It is not generally speaking unruly. I want to be clear in how I characterize this. This is mostly a protest. It is not generally speaking unruly. It is not generally speaking unruly.
This isn't happening. Everyone look away, please. Nothing to see here.
Ukraine is going to revisit. We learned this morning that Ukraine is going to revisit some of the claims against the Bidens, even if they didn't break the law and there's no evidence that they did. I do remember that it was politically awkward back in 2015 when his son was involved in the country as he was dealing with anti-corruption efforts. Did he mishandle the situation at the very least?
Joe Biden?
Yeah.
Not in my opinion. Joe Biden was doing what
he was asked to do by the President of the United States, consistent with serving our policy interests. Our policy interests that we were shared with the European Union and the IMF was to root out corruption. And this prosecutor that he was pushing on all of our behalf to have removed was a corrupt prosecutor who's supposed to go after corruption. So the difference here is very simple. President Trump, on the one hand, is asking Ukraine for a favor that benefits him personally and politically. Joe Biden, on behalf of President Obama of the United States and the Western world, was asking and pushing for the removal of somebody who, on behalf of our policy, on behalf of our national interest.
Our future is in grave danger.
So they said they were walking out to the press conference. I said, no, I said, we're not going to give you the $1 billion. They said, you have no authority. You're not the president. The president said. I said, call him. I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting $1 billion. I said, you're not getting $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was, 6 hours? I looked, I said, leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Oh, son of a bitch. Got fired. And they put in place someone who was solid. And that I'm going to beat Joe Biden. I'm prepared to say that I have a record of over 40 years and that I'm going to beat Joe Biden. I'm prepared to...
Or that he's trying to undermine the media, trying to make up his own facts. And it could be that while unemployment and the economy worsens, he could have undermined the messaging so much that he can actually control exactly what people think. And that is our job.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Thank you, that is all. Carry on.